Hi everyone, this is Ben, and welcome to My Shiny Toolbox. What we're going to do today is look at the recommended maintenance in the owner's manual for our Airstream and perform the first set of scheduled maintenance every 1,000 miles or 60 days. So the things we're going to go through are, we're going to check the battery in the smoke detector, we're going to check tire pressures, and finally we're going to check around the hitch for loose bolts or unusual wear. The next maintenance item on the 60-day maintenance schedule is checking the smoke detector, which is right there. Now, regardless of what some of you might think or what some people use it for, this is not the toast is ready alarm. This really is for checking for smoke particles in the air. So the test on that is pressing this button. And you probably heard that. It's a nice, loud, piercing alarm. It also has, I don't know if you saw that, but there's a little bitty LED right there that flashes every once in a while. It also has a battery. Look out here, it has a 9-volt battery, and when that battery starts going bad, when you need to replace that battery, and the battery pops right out like that. Yeah, the battery's popping right out. So it's pretty tight. So you heard that little chip. That little chipping noise, that's what you hear when the battery is low. Alright, so there you go. Smoke detector is good, the battery is good, it's not making a chirping noise all the time, which it would do if the battery was low, and that maintenance item is complete. Now the next maintenance item on the list is tire pressures. And this is something I do, it says to do it every 60 days or every 1,000 miles of traveling. I do this every single time I move the camper. And that's from my experience because I've had a couple of blowouts in some campers, and it is an ugly, ugly day if you have a blowout. So I keep a tire pressure gauge in my locker here, where I keep my X chocks. and use this. It's a 0 to, you need a pretty high one. It's a 0 to 120 pound, 120 psi pressure gauge. You need something that high because you need it to be about 50% higher than your tire. Your tires are rated for, so that you get an accurate reading. So these tires are Michelin LT 225s. I don't know if you can see that or not. LT 225 75R 16s. You can see on the tire right here, I don't know if that's showing up very well, but it says at max load these tires are rated at 80 psi. That's the maximum pressure you want to put in there. I keep my tires at about 74, 75 psi because I never put them at max load.
When I say max load, what I mean is the total weight of your camper plus all the stuff you put in it, including the water in the freshwater tank, not the black and gray. It's also known as the gross vehicular weight rating, which is the safest maximum weight you can carry in your camper compared to the axles and the tires you have on the camper. There's a white sticker that's on the front driver's side of the camper that gives you that number if you want to take a look at it. And here's the one from ours. And you can see that ours is rated at 10,000 pounds.
Checking the tire pressures is basically put the gauge on, press firmly until the gauge comes out. And you can see there, they say 78. I'm sorry, there we go. Can you see that? It's not focusing. Anyway, it does say 78. Sorry about the details there, but that's it. You just take the cap off. Make sure you keep track of your cap, the dust cap. These are not designed to keep air in the tires. That's not what they're for. These are to keep dirt and dust and crap from getting inside where the stem is. And we'll do the other one real quick. This is something you should do when the tires are cold. There we go. That one's about 76, 77. So these tires have had some, I used them, obviously I used the tires to get over here from the place where we keep Mary Jane. So they heated up a little bit. They're not warm right now. They've been in the shade, on the shade side away from the sun. So they've cooled down a bit. But you really should check your tire pressures before you move your rig, so that the tires don't have any, you don't heat them up because of friction, and you get an accurate reading of what the pressure is. Next item is checking the hitch for unusual wear and loose bolts. So let's take a look there.
Unusual wear is kind of subjective, but in my mind, it means look for large dents, cracks in the metal near the welds, and excessive rust that could lead to pitting in through the frame.
And again, you're not going to find a whole lot on this one because the rig is relatively new. Don't see anything down there.
What I'm doing here is checking the nuts and bolts by hand to see if there's anything that's obviously loose. Now, I apologize for the bad camera angles and not able to see exactly what I'm doing, but I'm still kind of a novice at the whole videoing and doing it with one hand thing, but I'll do better in the future.
Yeah, I got some good gook on my hands there. That's good. And I'm just not seeing anything that looks unusual. There's a little bit of rust where some of the paint is chipped off, but looks good.
And one last thing I wanted to mention was checking the cotter pin that holds the adjustable foot at the bottom of the jack. Make sure that cotter pin is in place. We've actually lost one, so it's not a bad idea to take a look at that every now and again. And here's a little picture of where that cotter pin is located. Well, thanks for watching. That was part 2 of 3 of the 60-day scheduled maintenance, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day.